Oh, here's a copy of my notebook for Grim Fandango. And then here's me trying to figure out the name of the game. Dead Leads, Deadly Deeds, Deeds of Death, Death's Deeds. You know, I read my old names to you because Grim Fandango was such a great name that it was funny to see all the bad names. But right now I don't have a name for this game, so all these names, it's just sad. I did make a nice chart though, puzzles on it. Don't show that. This is a horrible process, by the way. It's just not gonna have, we're gonna end up with some terrible name like Stacking. Just kidding, Lee. Okay, so we'll start the email thread about this. Thanks for everyone hustling to get the build running. It worked great. I was very proud of it. It was awesome. I hope no one's feelings got hurt. Okay.
And it looks like the little animation polish that Chris did on that.
We just send our notes out. Is that what we do?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can,
Use
yeah.
Post-its?
I like your cascading post-its. Ron Gilbert. Ron Gilbert, I've been pestering him to play the game and give us his feedback. And he's been really busy, but now the cave is done, and now he's going to play the game. He's going to play it, all the cloud colony stuff that we have today, and then we're going to talk at 4. He's going to tell me what he thought.
But why didn't you play the game during the HOF? Because I saw him in the meeting.
Oh, yeah, he said he was going to play the game during the HOF, but when I said, I kind of got the impression he has not played it yet. I think he had a lot of email to read that day. He's been busy. He's not busy anymore. You know, he's made some of these games before. So he's gonna have very particular things that he would do if it was his game that might drive him crazy if he didn't do them the exact same way.
I ask you for hints. I don't know.
So we'll find out. I don't know. I don't know what I think. He'll probably say, ah, it's fine, whatever. Who cares? All right. Thank you for playing. Did you have any general impressions? You got other things you'd like to share?
You know, I think my general impression was that, I mean, it's very interesting playing point-and-click games. There's a certain serenity to them, which is nice. You know, I kind of felt like I could just lean back in my chair and I could just think, and there wasn't any pressure going on, which I kind of liked. So I thought it was a very, you know, enjoyable experience, and then it kind of brought back, you know, some of those, you know, really old, you know, point and click feelings.
These are my notes from Ron's playthrough. Tram puzzle, he liked that tram puzzle. He had 4 things that he liked, and then he had 3 pages of other stuff.
Do you want me to keep going? Because I'm on to the do not likes.
No, you don't have to do any of those.
Okay, so I'm done.
Wait, so you've got 4 likes and then 3 pages of do not likes.
Well, you know.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it.
I'm not happy gamer.
Yeah.
I'm grumpy gamer. Okay, things that I did not like. The dialogue trees didn't seem very focused to me. Falling through the clouds was super annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the characters walked too slow.
Okay. The exit arrows. He wanted exit arrows when you're just panning across the room, which I don't know if I agree with that one, but it's worth thinking about. And then I just had some ideas for dialogue while he was talking. Was that decisive looking? Starting with some sad news, I think that email went out that one of our coworkers is leaving. My old friend Ron Gilbert is going to be leaving Double Fine and pursuing his. Let's have a big round of boos for Ron Gilbert. Boo! Yeah. We don't handle goodbyes well, Ron, here. To pursue his lifelong dream of not working at Double Fine. So, Ron will be leaving pretty soon, like today. He doesn't like long, drawn-out emotional goodbyes, so he wanted to just leave and not to linger on. But yeah, do you have a long speech that you'd like to make at this point?
I don't. Okay. I don't.
And with those words, he left.
But you knew he was leaving. You didn't tell me about it.
Just a little while. I mean, we had talked about it, like, we're pretty honest about, you know, him coming to the company, doing a game, what are you gonna do after, he doesn't know. Ron's pretty independent and is always, you know, more naturally just a kind of loner, rebel, dangerous, drifter. And he can't keep him in a cage, man. You can't just contain Ron Gilbert. But we're sad to see him go. I liked having Ron around. It's like my older brother in the games industry, kind of. Yeah, he said he would still, every time we sent him a build, he would play through it and give us some feedback. So hopefully we'll have him come back in or Skype with us from wherever he is. That's what he was going to do originally, was just play the game, give us feedback, help us out, give us some his opinion about stuff, and he said he'd still do that. So now we just don't have to pay him, so it's kind of a win-win.
Okay.
Any last words? Say good luck. It's gonna be great. Say good luck, it's gonna be great.
Good luck, it's gonna be great.
Oh, thanks, Ron.
I really look forward to playing it
awesome.
again, Tim.
Awesome, thanks, great. Okay. You're all over the new episode, man. Let me tell you that. Yep. Hi. Hello, everybody. Hey, nice to see you all. Hello. Thank you for coming.
For Reds, we got Game Informer is going to be doing a big spread on the game, and they're coming by in a week and a half to talk with Tim and play the game and everything. So it should be like a 6-page spread coming out in April on that game, which is right after our trailer. So we're starting on that now too. But it's going to be busy PR times very soon. During GDC, we're doing a brutal book launch party, so that should be good. Everybody's invited to that, and we'll get you details on that too. But lots of things. So that kind of stuff has been happening now. We have this kind of schedule for our first little chunk of PR, and I'm sure there'll be more down the line as the game actually gets closer to coming out. But this is more just for people who had never heard about the Kickstarter or know nothing about the game. This will be kind of the first time they hear about the game as a game instead of the game as a product of a Kickstarter. How's everybody feeling about showing the game in a week and a half and doing a trailer in 3 weeks? It's crazy. People are gonna be talking about the game.
Easy, right?
I think it all hinges on how awesome the name is. It's a small little tidbit. It's your window into the game.
So it'll be actually, you know, announcing the name of the game, doing a teaser trailer, and then also doing some interviews with press and talking more at detail about what the game's actually about.
Yeah, so well, there's a lot of tasks related to all that, and I'd say it's probably going to take up easily two-thirds of the sprint for the majority of the art team.
No, I mean, it's a hard thing because no matter what, showing the game publicly is going to eat into the schedule somehow, whether it's a trailer or a demo. Like, there's always going to be work that's done specifically for that wouldn't have been done otherwise. But I think it's just a matter of you got to talk about your game and you have to like get out there. Otherwise, you might make a great game, but nobody knows about it. So it's just kind of give or take of, let's figure out the points in the schedule where we're going to be able to insert these things with the least amount of pain, but also to get like the biggest positive effect for the game. And I think that just happens to be right now because this is when PAX is and GDC and all the big conventions. And so we want to take advantage of those things falling in line with our dev cycle and try to figure out ways to have something at those events that people will be excited about while still minimizing the impact on production of the game. So Game Informer stuff. And they're obviously flying someone out here. So we have to try to figure out a part of the game that they could play that would like hold up all right.
I mean, the Cloud Colony was the thing we hoffed, so it's most playable.
So I think the thing we're needing on that is for you and Tim, or Tim and you, to play through the Cloud Colony and identify kind of what your demo loop is and see if there's any additional polish you want us to do.
Yeah, well, so he's coming next Wednesday. So I would imagine we want a good, at least half day of hammering from test, just to make sure everything is
At least
what we think it is. Yeah, so I don't know. Do you want to try to lock it down Monday night, or do you want to lock it down Tuesday afternoon? I mean, he's not coming till afternoon Wednesday, so we have Wednesday morning also.
So
Yeah, let's not take it to the wire like that. Let's just aim for Monday end of day, which may be like before Tuesday 10 a.m. or something.
Lock down end of day Monday.
This is kind of what I'm working on right now, is making her movements be at a good speed and also be look right with animation. So this is her like running. So like, you know, clicking kind of close by, she'll do a walk, but clicking sort of far away, she'll run over. But the fact that she switches to and from a faster travel method is good, ultimately. We just need it to look good. It'll take a little bit of animation for that.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna jump on that call, but this is good. It feels like it's not far off at all.
No,
So that's awesome.
it's not too bad.
All right, thanks guys.
Okay, cool.
No, he's not. Water, soda?
Grab a water.
All right.
Thanks.
The nature of being in the magazine business is that they have a lot of readers, so they get a lot of big exclusives because they have such a wide reach. And it's a place that people go often to announce their games or show really early stuff. And so they're used to seeing busted builds and bugs and whatever. And why is this ringing? Double Fine.
Hi, I'm looking for Tim Schafer.
That's our mobile kind of guy over there. Yep, this is our R&D group doing secret stuff. Oh look, it's Oliver. He's our lead programmer.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Tim.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. Nice to meet you. I'm Tim from Game Informer.
Oh.
I just watched your side quest thing, so I know way more about you than you do me, but that's all right. You guys are talking. Did you say that you're thinking? What is the release date? Like the projected release date or window for?
We're saying
we're still working on
later.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Later this year.
Yeah, I mean it's hard because it's still being designed and we're still working on it.
They said just holiday, but is there any chance for that at all? Like with the
Get this game done by the holiday. Hey, can we get this game done by the holidays?
It's up to you, man.
So I'll click around here first just
Okay.
to set things up. It's a point-and-click graphic adventure. So
you guys
click
decided
for
to
you.
make that?
Yeah,
Okay.
remember that thing from the pitch video?
Yeah.
So you walk around. You have an inventory down here. Okay. Bring up right now.
It's cool. It's cool as it always is. You know, I'm in a position of like responsibility when it comes to this, and like there's a big responsibility that comes with checking the game out for the first time, and I'm really excited to see what people have to say about this, because this is sort of a game out of time. You know, it's something that's a relic, but it doesn't look like one. But you know, the genre is something that hasn't been really around much outside of like The Cave and then some like indie games. I love having the responsibility of, you know, taking this experience with like Tim and Greg, checking out the game and presenting it to our readership, you know, so they can keep it on the radar or not.
I don't know. I don't like showing the game ever before it's done. It's like people have to force me to show it. Like I always joke that I would never show the game at all, except for to my family, and that's only when it's done. But I would love to take the shrink wrap off it, ideally, because it's never quite done.
He's worried people will think his name is Gas.
Can I just go up the ladder without making an offering?
Brother Lightfoot gives you the opportunity to lighten your load.
And this is a preview. That's one thing. The previews are usually pretty gentle on you. I mean, they normally don't be like, oh man, I just saw a sneak peek at the game. This game's the worst I've ever seen. They're usually like, yeah, they're working on it. Here's what they're working on, and we hope it turns out cool, because they give you the benefit of the doubt. Then they send a different person in to review it, who's like just a total dick. especially a Game Informer. So there you have it. Those are our kids.
Okay.
So now, what do you think the best title is for this story?
Yeah, this is a difficult thing probably to name, I assume.
Got ideas.
Yeah, okay.
We ain't got nothing.
What?
There was Young Monsters.
Okay.
Small Offerings.
Hey, I like that.
Broken Age. But yeah, so we're gonna keep coming up with some ideas, and we'll definitely have it to you by Wednesday.
Okay.
Tuesday.
Always try and push it. Always get one more day.
I don't think you can stop the printing press.
Usually I have the game named and the characters named before we talk to people. So I don't know if the press is early or the game is late. Probably the game is late. But it's not that late. It's great. Game's doing great. Backers, don't worry about it. It's doing fine. Here's another fun trick to do. Let's see. Young Monsters. That font is terrible. It's like the laziest box art ever. That's hyphenated. Fuck it. I thought I'd come up with a great title this weekend, but I chose not to.
Did you come up with any bad ones?
And if I could just name the damn kids, I could just call the game whatever their names are. Like Banjo-Kazooie.
I think you just need to spend a day dressed up halfway as a girl and halfway as a boy.
Done. Dream on.
And it'll come to you.
I know what you're after.
That's what's happening right now.
So the process was kind of grueling because the game's already so established. It's always hard to name a game when it's already established. It's a lot easier to do it before you've done anything, because then the design kind of, you feel like you're just building on that name as opposed to attaching a name later.
The reason why I'm really enjoying Tim struggling with the name is because I got a year of shit from Tim about the name stacking. And I never came up with anything better.
I know. I know. This is the team's suggestions. The Distant Neighbor, A Girl and Boy, The Encounter, A Tale of Two, Kindred Odyssey, The Unfinished Bridge, The Strange Offering, The Kind Noble Creatures, The Kind Endangered Creatures. Mom Can Be Annoying, Get Off My Back, Divided Interest, Dude, Where's My Ship, Collision Course, Collision Curse, Similar Lines, Deep Lines, Split Decision, True Lies, Collateral Damage, Predator. It's hard to come up with space names. That's George and Greedo. Come on.
Prune face.
Can I also ask, so the trailer, what is the actual,
yes,
what's up with that? Are we planning on rendering that in-game? What is the scope?
Yeah, so I talked with Lee and Tim about like a script for it, and Myos is doing an animatic for that right now. So hopefully within the next few days we'll start seeing what that looks like, just so you guys can see what scenes and everything will be in it. Yeah, but it's just a matter of what we can pull off, right? And I think that for now, just talking about the trailer is probably the most time-sensitive thing. But I guess the idea is to try to get something that would be exciting enough for people to see on stage at GDC Awards, which is kind of a large event. The next big thing is the GDC thing. So Tim's hosting the award show, and we've been working on a teaser trailer, just like a short little 45-second thing showing the actual game in motion for the first time.
I was imagining we would take the approach of looking at all of our cutscenes and look at the ones that are farthest along and seeing if there's like 3 that can be polished, or chunks of them. Mm-hmm. Like things that are dramatic, like the girl falling through the sky, or things that we already have done somewhat. I mean, I'm not against having shots where we show environments, like panorama environments. Just if it's only that, that's an obvious, like, maybe just because I'm in the games industry, you know what that trailer is. It's like, we don't got nothing. Like, but it's not yet a solved problem, like how to make people excited about adventure games. So I can't tell you right now.
I think we should have Myos animatic it up too, just to see how long how long we're looking already.
It's the first time I've heard that uses the verb.
Animatic it up.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put some notes together and we can send it to Myos.
Hello.
Hey, Myos.
Hi. So I really wanted to continue work Reds badly. And so I talked with Greg and he talked to Tim, and it worked out, which is cool. But it's boring, of course. It's not as exciting as in the office, of course, because in the office it's so much excitement pitching something to Tim, and here it's, you know, like I'm sending it out and then I have to wait, and then there's an email, and the emails are great and lovely and all, but I really miss, of course, the office and all. Now I started working on the actual teaser trailer, but it just started, and I sent it to Tim, and I wonder what he thinks.
Smice is animatic.
How do you like the trailer?
I think it's gonna be great. I mean, it's short, but it's a teaser.
So, it's looking rad. I think it's almost exactly what we're hoping for, so that's rad. Oh my goodness. This is the worst. You had to go back to Germany.
Basically, the first thing that I'm doing when I do the layout for one of our, for any sequence is I'll play it, and I'll be like, okay, so that, I'm gonna use that background from Cloud Colony, that animation, I'm gonna use that background from the whole sequence, I'm gonna use a floating animation. That, I don't know how we're gonna do, but I'm gonna figure that out later. This one, I know Ray is animating, so I'll just, as soon as he's done, I'll just throw in his animation.
So that's one of the shots that's in the that's going to be in the trailer. So we'll be able to take the work that I've been doing, which is all gameplay stuff, and we'll just do a slight custom version of it to match up with the animatic. Because sometimes, you know, Myas will do the animatic, and it just isn't the way that it plays out exactly in the game, and so we'll just customize it a little bit. Yeah. So some of it might get thrown out, but most of the art I think we can keep. So it won't be a total like waste in that sense. So, but that's usually the way trailers work, right? In there, you're trying to create an overview of the game, even though a lot of it's not even done or even started on.
So Elliott is on the team for a little while.
Yeah, I've been secretly working on the trailer for the past week. Commercial? Yeah, okay.
That's great.
That's what we were talking about, what you wanted the girl to be thinking during this.
It's like that. She's apprehensive. She's like, is this really the right thing for me to be doing? Everyone's so happy, but I'm like...
I think it's good. Is the head scratch too obvious or not? Or?
No, I mean, if anything, it's a little... I mean, I guess I was only worried about reading as a head scratch and not a finger in the eye, but I think it's good.
And Tim's vision, that always helps because he knows his characters so well. We're like working in effects, you work with some directors that have no idea how to interpret animation. So you show them a shot and they're just like, they give you some random note and they're just like, I don't really know what to say about this note because I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at a finished product and I know what my character should be doing, but I don't know how to express that. And it's surprising how many directors out there are like that. But Tim is different because he knows his characters so well, and he would give notes sometimes that I remember going in Brutal and getting a note and thinking like, that's crazy. I don't think that note's gonna work. Like that, like Eddie shouldn't be doing what that. And so, but you know, you have to go animate it. So I went and animated it, and it totally worked. It was just like totally looked good for what Eddie Riggs was doing because he knows his characters that well. And it's a really awesome thing. It's really rare.
Thank you, Elliot. I'll come back in tomorrow and change everything.
Okay.
Uh-oh. So much pressure walking down the hallway with the camera. my God. Yeah, out of here, JP.
Yep.
Get.
Yep.
Go.
But I'm taking this file cabinet and these bananas
It's
with
like the
me.
jerk. You're like Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Get out of here, ACMAC. Off of Reds with you.
Yeah, we lost JP, and he had to go to another project.
Do you feel like you got to make any contributions to the game? Were you there long enough?
To Reds, yeah, I think so. Yeah, just, in a small, and yeah, it might be slight, in the grand scheme of things, because, like, there's still a bunch of game to make. But yeah, I felt like I got to be involved and got to know the team, the specific team culture.
Brandon had to leave too.
Yeah. Brandon had another project that needed him, and he's going on to that. But I'm out tomorrow, so this is our last dailies with you. Good having you. Good having you.
Yeah, this is actually the second game at Double Fine that I've worked on that I've left before it was finished. So yeah, no, that's always I think that's where the melancholy comes from more than anything. Is just sort of like, you want to kind of see things through to the end. But my general feeling is that I'd like to work on whatever is the most important thing for me to work on.
But I think it goes to show that, like, we're a multi-project studio through and through at this point, and that, we can't putting all of our eggs into one basket, even if it is a very high-profile basket that, that a lot of our reputation is riding on. It's kind of like, well, Reds is definitely the future of the studio, but all these other things are the sort of further into the future of the studio. Because hopefully, yeah, what we're obviously all hoping for is that Reds comes out and really fulfills the promise of the original Kickstarter. Because the Kickstarter backlash has begun in earnest, and people are saying, like, oh, like, these guys, what did they, is this team ever going to deliver? Is this team, we haven't even heard from this team and whatever. So I think, the people who can make that work, the developers who can make that work and the ones who can't, those packs are going to break apart pretty soon if they haven't already. So yeah, we'll see.
All right, Reds. Oh yeah, Reds. I've got to name that basically today or tomorrow, really. And I mean, names change all the time.
Top
right?
three.
No big
Top
deal.
three. Go.
No, not gonna do top three.
Bottom three. Bottom three.
We're working on it. Top people are working on it right now. We also recorded live music this morning. Brian went and recorded music for the trailer. Did that go okay, Brian? Was it beautiful?
Nice. It was very cool.
Amazing?
Yeah.
That was beautiful. I think that's our take.
The one that seems a little out of place is the Monster Maiden's Feast one, because it seems like it's scored. Can I see just that part again?
Maybe hearing the little.
Who's that doing that?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds pretty cool to me. We could certainly bring that down if it's a little overpowering.
I guess it just really jumped out as being different than the rest of the trilogy. I mean, I like the rest of it, but just that first.
Yeah,
we could. But it's crazy.
Okay,
I
cool.
love it. It's awesome.
All right, we will
do it.
We will send that out to you, and then you can check it in your inbox and listen to it a few more times.
Yeah, and see if there's any last stuff you want to
Cool. Thank you, Cam.
Okay, so I want to make sure I get this right. So the Call of the Beast, he wants up a little, music down a little. Is that right?
No, I think we should just leave it because it sounds awesome. We'll just bounce out this version, and then Tim's he's gonna obsess over it anyway. He's gonna just listen to it like 5-6 times, and then if it really bothers him, he will tell me.
Okay.
So I think it's fine.
The thing that I like most about this trailer is the dynamics.
the fact that there's quiet and soft parts. That kind of stuff is rarely seen. In fact, a lot of times in audio, you're really tempted to have everything the same, like in the same kind of perspective audio-wise. So like that stuff, like, it's rare to see a game trailer that quiet. And so I'm really interested to see how this is received because it's very out of the cut. So I'm it's very Tim. I love how tied in that is because Tim is, like, the central theme is like kind of coming into your own and breaking out of the routine and really kind of fighting for your creative soul. He's like, I gotta hand it to Tim when he makes a story, like it's in there, it's deep. And I had a lot of fun kind of trying to find the audio voice of that.
You're the best. This is gonna be awesome.
Put the new music in, and you can take a listen. And if there's any last things you want, let me know.
Cool. Exciting.
Yeah, like anything, you know. So this is the way games or trailers or art develops. It's like you start here, and this is where you want to be, and you go, whoa, and then you go, I'm going to spend some undetermined period of time right here getting this last 5 to 10%. So really, yeah, we're in that kind of, we're close to that.
I just saw so many glaring things with the textures that I was like, God, if we're gonna work on these guys, we're gonna do it now before this trailer, and just get them as close to where we want them to be. Yeah.
Levi's gone back and touched up some of the, sort of used it as an excuse also to go in and tighten up some of the earlier paintings. So the girl's actually been completely repainted, as has the boy. But I mean, it's still the same design and everything, but they're just tighter now, and I think pop off the background a little bit. It's something that a lot of us have talked about for a while. So when we, I think we have these very thin characters, and I think that makes them, of course, harder to read. And the other thing was the very first environment that we chose to polish has an analogous color scheme to the main character in that environment. In other words, it's like a peach-colored thing, but then she's also peach and pink.
That's where it first stood out to me. Or that's where it stands out to me the most.
Yeah, well done, master of color.
I like pink. I like pink. I like pink. Ah, it's your fault. It's your fault. Fuck you, man. Animate shit.
I'm excited for this. I think we came a long way figuring out the potential for what all of our scenes can look like with the trailer. Yeah, just finding something we're happy with. Yeah.
Like, for example, this Maiden Feast scene was one of the very first scenes that was kind of put together before the sort of art workflow pipeline and tools were even set. So going back to this one, it was actually like, it's like, whoa, we've come a long way, because it was like organized differently, and there was a lot of things that could be adapted to like the new workflow.
In a way, it seems like we're kind of grabbing from this point of, and this point and this point, and this is where we are now. But I mean, where we are now, it's awesome. The trailer looks fucking sick. Like, everything's awesome. So yeah, I'm more stoked on this system.
It seems more like what Tim had envisioned in the beginning.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, man, I'm happy. If the game can look like that final shot, then people are gonna shit. Yeah.
Yeah, seeing some of the final stuff, like that final piece of key art when Bagel drew it, it was beautiful and just made me feel really good about how beautiful the game's gonna look. And all the shots in the trailer are looking really good. Especially when you see like the key art and how it looks like the original doodle I had in my notebook. It's like, okay, this is exactly what kind of imagined it being from the beginning.
Logo. It's not there yet.
What? God, what we go there? Yeah, I guess you're just always waiting for the perfect name to just pop into your head, and then it was just time to like, look, we got to do it. Because in some ways it's kind of silly, because names don't matter in some way as much as people think. Like, as much as you think in the moment when you're trying to come up with the perfect name, you're like, oh, that's not perfect. It's got to be perfect. Today is the day when the name is due of the game. Do you want to see my newest charts? So this is just the latest one. It started here, I'm getting into 4 columns, so don't waste paper. Here's another one. And that. Yeah. But I can't delay it anymore. I wish I could. What if I get away with delaying it? That Game Informer guy will be really mad. So will Greg, because it's dumb to put it in the trailer and announce the game with a code name. Oh, let's just pick something. What's the least offensive one? Probably Broken Age. So we're trying on this name, Broken Age.
Trying out this.
Well, we're announcing with the game, Broken Age. And I think it's a good name. It stands for the broken era in which these kids live and their awkward age that they live in and how they're breaking out of these cycles. So I think it's definitely an appropriate name. And it's really hard to tell because it's always going to feel a little weird to change names like this. And so I'm saying we just put it on and walk around with it and learn to love it. And if we learn to hate it, we'll just change it. We've changed names before and no problems. No big deals. But I think it's a very promising name that in 2 months we'll either be head over heels in love with it or we'll have a different name. So that's the name of the game.
You guys like the name?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. We were talking about it yesterday. It's like, I remember when we thought the name Reds was weird. The nickname was weird. We're like Reds, but now it's Reds. Like, don't even think about it. So that's probably gonna be the same thing, maybe.
Going back through all the scenes that we made some advancements in for the trailer and pulling in some of those changes, and then I'm off to GEC. So.
Okay, awesome. Hey, Scott Gable, hey! Oh, it's Dad too. That's awesome. Okay, yeah. One second. Hey, Scott's Dad. Hey, I like your sweater. Hey, Scott, how's it going? Have you been here before?
Oh, I sure have.
Welcome back, Jim. You've been here many times.
Probably soon after you first moved in.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hey, what are you doing? What are you guys doing?
So hey, is this for you? It's for Molly, right? Yeah. All right, Molly.
So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. This has been the month of just doing too many things and being really overloaded with stuff. Hopefully next month will be, well, I can focus on design and writing and stuff instead of all these extracurricular activities. Tonight's winners were chosen in an open nomination process by 700 of the world's top game creators. Afterwards, I hope the team is all excited because we saw our trailer being cheered at for the first time and everyone's gonna be jazzed, so we'll all go out to dinner, hopefully, and celebrate. And that should be really a lot of fun, unless people boo. If people boo at the trailer, then we'll probably be drinking a lot more than eating.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to begin the second half of our evening and welcome you to the 13th Annual Game Developers Choice Awards. Please welcome the host of the evening, President and CEO of Double Fine Productions, Tim Schafer.
Hello, everybody. Hi. Wow. This podium is it's great. I mean, it's so weird. It's so different than any other video of anything they're going to show tonight. You either have goofy Mega 64 videos, you have these amazing AAA crazy games, and then you have this little hand-painted bagel thing coming up there. I think people will like it. Who knows? I'm not sure if you heard about this, but a little while back we did a Kickstarter project. A game and a documentary. Yeah. And we just keep this stuff just for our backers. By the way, are there backers here in the audience tonight? Any backers? Yes. Please raise your hand if you're a backer. Thank you for backing. And now please put your hand in front of the eyes of the non-backer seated next to you for what we're about to show. Please enjoy. You see the trailer? What do you think of the trailer? Look good, huh? It's great to have this huge payoff where you don't really often get to crunch in games and make something and then hear people cheer for it. So that was great. We're gonna go to Fang, I think, and all have dinner together and then see where the evening takes us. Right? Right? We're going?
Yeah, we gotta go.
Let's go right now. Okay, bye. Wait, I gotta find my wife. Hold on. Hi, babe. I'm trying to find you. Hi, guys. Let's go to dinner.
You don't entourage out the door without
How to do?
You did so great. We've been talking about making.
All right,